Turn your blogs into SEO optimized social content. That does not sound like AI slop. If you follow along at the end of this video, you will, for each of your blogs, be able to generate social posts for each of the platforms that you want to advertise on that are using high quality content from the videos and blogs that you are generating, so you can make your content go further. This is just one Lego brick in the Vibe Marketer's Playbook. You'll be remixing this blog to socials template, and I'll walk you through how to set this up and get it working so you can start Vibe marketing. Check out our other videos for other pieces of this Vibe marketing playbook, including how to go from a YouTube video to a blog. So let's get started on BuildShip.tools. Luckily, we have a template for you that you can use right off the bat. Let's search blog and let's remix the blog to socials tool. Here we have an example with a blog that BuildShip published on our blog and the output of what these posts might look like. You'll also get this sent to your email. We also have a README that describes what the workflow does. This was actually also generated using AI and is one of the many ways that we are using AI to take content that we have a moat around. Some sort of human effort went into designing something that not many other people could do. And then it took that content and is able to repurpose it for a blog, a YouTube video, social media. And that is how we can start using our army of agents to optimize SEO for our marketing use cases. So to build this Lego piece in that puzzle, we will click Remix. So I have a lot of workflows that I've been using in my sandbox here. We just care about the blog to socials, which comes with the actual workflow, as well as the README here that you are able to update as you'd like for your team to use. We have this running with a tool trigger. You can also have this trigger every time you post a new blog, but this is something we like to use through Claude MCP. So this workflow takes in a blog URL. You can tell it how many posts per platform you'd like to generate, and then an intent behind the social media post as well. So let's go to the BuildShip blog and pick something that we'd like to create social posts for. We'll take our most recent article, Supercharge your 11 Labs voice agents with custom workflows with nocode. I will copy the URL for this blog and I'll paste it in here for the blog URL. Let's say we want to have 3 posts per platform. And let's say the angle we want people to use is to remix this particular voice survey via 11 Lab. Come back to BuildShip and we will paste in the URL to that specific tool that we want to advertise in our social media posts. You can imagine us running this multiple times for different angles for the same blog, for people to check out this workflow, to go to the 11 Labs homepage, to go to the BuildShip homepage, or we could add something like ask for use cases from the community. Let's set up the rest of the workflow before we click test. Here you have your socials style guide. This is for each of your platforms, a short overview going over how your brand uses X, LinkedIn, Reddit, and any other places you want to post for social. So list all of those platforms here, customized to your brand's voice. Next, we will go through and get the blog from the URL that we provided here. And then we are going to summarize that blog using Claude to get the key points that we can start using to inform our social media strategy. Now, if you just generate the social posts after this, it ends up being a bit of AI slop. What we found useful is going out into Twitter and asking it to go and find 5 high engagement tweet frameworks from the past 30 days that work on B2B style content. And you can customize this for your specific brand, but it comes back with 5 different ideas of how people are structuring tweets that have high engagement and helps us to fit what we want to communicate, something that we worked hard on this blog here, in a way that other people are likely to connect with. Again, what I find interesting about this whole process is that we are taking some sort of human input, the video that we made for 11 Labs voice agent. In another video, we'll show you how to generate a blog from a video. And then now from that generated blog, we're doing social media content. So from a very targeted, directed human input and creating a video, we've been able to come up with tons of new content to help improve our SEO and to help get what we're building in front of our users and effectively communicate it to them. We then generate these social posts. We're doing all of them in one, asking it to follow the social style guide, generate X number of posts per platform, as well as the intent of the social posts and the structural ideas that we looked up. So it's a lot that we're entering into this. Internally, we have a more complex workflow that we're using that generates these individually for each platform. We also have it adding to our Notion page instead of sending it just in an email. We find it easier to parse and have everything in one place. You can add this however you'd like. If you'd like to add Notion, search for Notion. If you'd like this to go directly into a Claude MCP, you can do that, and I'll show you how to do that right after this. For the easy version of this, we're just going to send an email, add the account by clicking on this thumb icon and doing OAuth to log in. We have the email subject as new blog socials, and we have the HTML version of the generated social posts. Let's go ahead and test this, just the send email node. And now that's working, we can switch this over to test the entire workflow with the inputs we gave it earlier for this blog post. Let's see how it goes. We can watch this run through step by step. Another version of this you could make is to scrape your blog once a week, get the new blogs, and then generate socials automatically, posting them to X automatically. But I like to prefer having some sort of human in the loop. So I like sending to email or having Notion instead. We don't want a bunch of AI slop out on the internet. One thing to note, this does use a lot of credits. So if you want to use a simpler model while you're testing, switch it from Claude Sonnet 4, which is the most recent model, down to something that's going to be cheaper, like 3.5 Sonnet or 3 Haiku. So we have seen that this workflow is completed and the email was sent. Let's go to my email, and we have received our new blog socials with our posts for each platform. And you can see that it looks into the blog itself to come up with things that are really valuable to our users. We have a few options for each platform, X and LinkedIn. And some feedback I might give it is, let's use less emojis. Let's be a little bit more direct. There's some AI tells in here. So for things like that, we can go back into our social media style guide and update it accordingly. This does take a bit of iteration to make sure that the intent is explicitly stated in your social style guide, in the examples that you give it, and in your prompting for these blog generators. What I hope this does for you is it takes the content that you've worked hard on and allows you to use it in many other places, improving SEO for your brand and making sure that the right users find the product that you've worked hard on. Now, you can run this every time in BuildShip, but let's make it easier for you to use. Click on the tool trigger or come to the Connect tab, and you can auto-generate tool description based on what you've built, and you can generate an API key to be used to secure this workflow. Now let's ship it. And now that it's done, let's go to the Claude Desktop MCP server. You can deploy this anywhere you'd like. 11 Labs voice agents. You can give it to a vibe coder like Lovable or Bolt, or implement for a Python requests or Node.js. Lots of options. We have videos for most of these. So pick your favorite, follow the guide, and you'll be able to use this in your workflow today. Check out our other videos if you have other questions on how to deploy. Thank you very much and happy building.